As we continue to mark Pride Month, we take a close look at the Caribbean LGBTQ plus community in the city and the struggles they are still facing.
CBS 2's Jennifer Bisram has that story.
When I came out to them, I was scared. I thought that I was going to lose my parents.
Mohamed Q reflects on the moment he told his family he was gay.
When I came out, my dad said, "I love you. I don't want you to hurt yourself." My mom has been my biggest supporter.
But it was only after years of hiding it and overcoming one of the darkest days of his life.
There was a moment when I didn't think I could, and I didn't see myself coming out, and I saw the end.
Now, the 40-year-old who was born in Guyana and lives in Richmond Hill, Queens, is an advocate for others in the Indo and Afro-Caribbean communities.
We help community members access immigration services, particularly with asylum. We have a food justice program that's been going on for 3 years. We do civic engagement work through our Mash Up the Vote campaign, where we register people to vote.
He founded the Caribbean Equality Project in 2015, the same day the U.S. Supreme Court approved same-sex marriage. He says he was attacked for being gay blocks away from his home, and that fueled him to get into activism.
I was traumatized.
Psychiatrists say the LGBTQ community is more likely to struggle with social isolation and have a higher risk of mental health problems.
Unfortunately, there still is a lot of stigma and I would say misconception around being gay or being in the LGBTQIA community, and also being Indian or West Indian or Afro-Caribbean background. And, you know, a lot of younger people will say, like, I want to come out to my parents, but I can't.
Dr. Sue Varma is a psychiatrist who has Indian and Caribbean LGBTQ patients. She says families with strong traditions and religious faith still have a hard time accepting it.
They've experienced a lot of trauma for a lot of reasons: hate, discrimination, threats against their life, ruptured bonds in their family.
It happened to Tiffany Jade Munroe. She's a trans woman who tells CBS 2 she lost everything in Guyana when she told her family her truth.
I came home from work and I met all of my clothes in the street, and my grandma, she was like, "Oh, you can't live here. We don't want someone like you living here." And I was so devastated and heartbroken. Sleeping on the street was very scary.
She moved to the United States in 2019. The Caribbean Equality Project helped her file for asylum, provided her with mental health services, and assisted her with her transition.
Honestly, these days, I feel amazing. I feel so inspired.
And so do many in the LGBTQ community in Queens when they see this Live Pridefully photo exhibition at Phil Scooter Rizzuto Park on 95th Avenue.
It's the first public art exhibition of Caribbean LGBTQ people.
As Mohamed Q and his team take part in Pride celebrations across New York City this June, he says he's proud of the progress, but there's still lots of work to do.
I think Afro and Indo-Caribbean LGBTQ people are catching up to what's already happening in New York City.
In Richmond Hill, Queens, Jennifer Bisram, CBS 2 News.
And be sure to watch CBS 2 Wednesday evening for special coverage as we bring you Queen's Pride. That's at 5:30 on CBS 2 and streaming on CBS News New York.